Hi, lollies. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda's channel. Thank you for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload videos, you'll be the first person to be notified. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of ours, you guys are the real MVP. So please, I came across this video on my For You, and I thought to share with you guys where black people are actually unpacking to the recent happenings, given the reason why all of the things that the Orange Man has been doing has always been the plan all along. I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of all the stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. Alright, now please, let's dive in.
Donald Trump was 18 when segregation ended. Donald Trump was 18 when segregation ended, and he was 19 when President Lyndon B. Johnson signed into effect the Equal Employment Opportunity Executive Order. I'm seeing people ask why. Why would Donald Trump sign an executive order which revokes Lyndon B. Johnson's executive order? Why does he want to get rid of DEI? And my theory is vengeance. During his most formative years, from 0 to 18, he watched people fight tirelessly to not have to integrate with black people and other people of color. And on the brink of his adulthood, segregation was ending and orders were being signed for non-discriminatory practices for hiring and employment. I feel like at one time or another, Trump was passed up for an opportunity in his life. And instead of looking inner and saying, well, maybe I just wasn't smart enough, maybe the other person was more qualified, he thought it was strictly because of the ending of segregation and these non-discriminatory practices. Also keep in mind the 1973 federal lawsuit that was brought against Trump and his company for alleged racial discrimination at his housing development. This is just my opinion, but I don't think Trump ever wanted segregation to end, and I think that he blames the ending of segregation and the implementation of equal opportunity orders on his shortcomings and some of his legal troubles, and I think that he would try to bring segregation back as much as he possibly can. I honestly think that he is holding a grudge, and this is his way of trying to vindicate it. He genuinely views anyone who is not a straight white male as a DEI hire. Only our third day out here, and it is already so spooky scary. Spooky scarier than J-Lo's live vocals. Peace and love. Talk to you later.
So racism has always been expensive. It's always been expensive. It's just they always thought that they would have the fee. They always thought they would have the fee, and hell, for a good minute they did. They had the fee to give. See, the problem is now they don't have the fee. They don't have the fee, so it's becoming a problem. And rather than stop trying to pay the fucking fee, y'all will literally kill yourselves and kill the reputation of this country, of this nation, trying to pay a fee that y'all should have been stopped paying. Okay? Y'all should have been stopped paying. When colleges went from being tuition free to tuition based in 1960s, in the 1960s, that was all because y'all couldn't stop us from getting educated anymore, so you wanted to put a roadblock in there. You wanted to make it harder for us. We didn't have the capital like you guys did, so you added tuition. The reason why America doesn't have universal health care is because that means everybody would have access to it, that including people like me and you. And they don't want that. They thought that they would always have surgery money. They thought that they was always going to have outpatient care money. You understand? Private doctor money. Hell, I'm not going to an office. I can always have them come to me. That's what they thought they was always going to have. And as they started to see that they were losing leverage, rather than stop paying the fee for racism, they said, bitch, here, take my arm, take my leg, take my organs. To the point where you guys are where you are today, still trying to pay a fee, going out of your way to pay a fee that literally is killing you. It's killing you. And then now that you're starting to realize that y'all really did fuck around a little bit too much, you want my pretty black ass to get up out of my seat to come and fight for you? Oh, you're fucking stupid. Oh, you're beyond stupid. You're beyond my pretty self. You see me? Y'all see my brothers and sisters? They fine too. We supposed to get up out of our seats? up out of our beds. And I heard a white woman literally said, black people, stay where you are. I would never take no advice from white people unless it was on how to be selfish, because that's the only thing that I think that they can give. However, this white lady said, do not get up out of your seats. You want to know why? They want us to get out and be in the streets so that now they can plot to kill us. Us doing exactly what we're doing. Like, this is why they so hot. This is why they 50 degrees. Like, they hot because they wanted us to come out there so that we could be fucking sitting ducks. Especially considering they done seen how fucking expensive racism is now. But it's always been like that. Y'all just didn't care because y'all had the fee.
I feel like, and this is just my opinion, but I feel like the obvious worst part of racism isn't even really the racism itself. It's the gaslighting. In my opinion, really, I'd really rather white people just be like, yeah, we hate black people, and that's the reason why this, and this is happening. Like, it's just racism. Like, we just hate y'all. Instead of the like, oh, you're just playing the victim. Like, none of this is really happening to y'all. Like, this just all in your head. Like, it's not real. It's not real. Like, nobody hates black people. Y'all can do whatever you want. We don't care. The nature of this interview is irrelevant for right now. I'll probably make a video about it later. But I was scrolling on Twitter, that God forbidden app, and I saw this interview of this white guy interviewing this other black guy. And he was like, in my opinion, I feel like black people can reach whatever heights they want to, and racism is just in their heads. And he's like, what do you think? And the black guy obviously was like, show me where black people have the same opportunities as everyone else. And he was like naming all of these, like all these flashes of these pictures of Jay-Z, Beyonce, like Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, like, were flashing. And it's like, I don't know how to explain to you that, like, that's like, that you don't get it. Like, that's not the same thing as white people quite literally ruling America for hundreds of years. Like, we got a couple celebrities, we get one black president, we get one black princess, and all of a sudden black people have the same opportunities as everyone else. Like, so manipulative, and it's so gaslighting. That's the reason why, like, in my strong opinion, like, when people say, oh yeah, we're so much better than we were back in slavery, back in, you know, Jim Crow era, like, we've made such a move forward. And in my brain, I'm like, it hasn't gotten any better. It's just different. Yes, thank God people aren't like lynching people on the sidewalk in front of millions of people having lynching parties, but they're trying to gaslight us into thinking that shit never happened in the first place. It feels like I'm going crazy most of the time. Like, just because it's not in your face all the time and we're not being called N-words every single day, like out in the street, and they're not doing, like, they're not hosing down black people with hoses anymore, now all of a sudden, like, it's all in your head. When it's like, now the way racism is played throughout our society, in the industry, in job forces, literally in everything, it's silent. It's behind the scenes. It's, you don't get the job, you were twice as qualified as everyone else, and you're the only black person that applied, and you're the only one that didn't get the job. It's the fact that the Tiana series just got canceled, even though Frozen gets to have 2 movies and 3,000 series, and Tangle is getting a new live remake, and it got a series too. It's little shit behind the scenes that we know about, and we still feel it. It still hits us. But because white people are like, oh, it's not as bad as it was in the 50s or the 60s, now all of a sudden it doesn't fucking exist. Like, it doesn't, like, that is the worst part for me. I would just rather you are out with it and just be like, we hate black people, instead of all this sneaky shit. It drives me insane.
White people, I got a solution to y'all problem. You said that the Mexicans is taking your job, and Mexicans usually pick crops, and they also do construction. That's usually their type of work. So since you want to be in the field so goddamn bad and build shit, fixing to buy me a couple acres of land, put me a big old black house on it, and come over and work for me, boy. I'm gonna pay you the minimum wage, and the minimum wage I'm gonna pay you is nothing. But don't worry, I know y'all like your eggs. I have no problem paying for that. But don't worry, a lot of y'all got Irish. Y'all say y'all was slaves too, so you should fit right in. And guess what? I'll even throw in some potatoes. I know you like those. Don't worry, you'll feel at home. So I'm gonna make y'all some little caves out there. You can tongue kiss as many dogs as you like on the property. And I got as much sunblock as Diddy had baby oil. So you ain't got to worry about that. I takes care of my property. Now I won't let you cook my family's food, because I'm not as stupid as y'all, and I won't give you an opportunity to poison me. And second of all, don't nobody want this shit. Even you Italians, as much as you think you can cook and you're different from the other whites, you're not. Y'all shit dodge flavors too. No matter how many onions you put in shit. Now I'll be separating your families on account of y'all like to sleep with each other. And I don't want none of them type of kids running around, That's damaged property. And that ain't no eugenic shit. It's the fact of the matter that brothers and sisters shouldn't have babies together. Or fuck each other at all. So I'll get rid of that temptation. But I am willing to find a non-related slave that looks like your relative if you need that. Because I do need y'all to breed. Now if you're interested, go to the nearest black person you can find and let them know that you'll let them sell you so I can share the wealth with my fellow people. Now that is reparations.
It was never the economy, it was always white supremacy. It was never the price of eggs, it was always a rejection of the browning of America. There is no point in American history where the best logical, financial, or moral decision trumped upholding whiteness. And this past election was no different. So please keep that context in mind when you're watching all these farmers, small business owners, welfare recipients who voted for Trump cry up and down this app talking about they didn't know what they voted for. And I know you've seen that one farmer on here talking about he didn't read Project 2025 or care what people were saying about it because he believed it wasn't Trump's policy. Mind you, there was ample evidence out there that this was Trump's policy, the biggest of which was all his advisors were the authors of Project 2025. The real reason he chose to ignore this is because he had already heard what he needed to hear. He heard that dog whistle that said, this country belongs to you and you only, white man. And everyone who is not a straight white man like you is going to either get deported or punished. And he said, cool. So this is your reminder for the coming days when you see more and more of them whining on this app, begging for empathy. Shit was sweet with them when they were just punishing brown people.
Like, seriously, lovelies, I totally agree with all of the people that are staged their videos. Like, all of the things that has been happening has everything to do with Reances, with the present administration, with the way at which people voted, and the way at which other, migrant supporters did their thing. It has always been about their unselfish interest, about how they can actually, hurt others and probably enjoy the rest of the time. But the issue in ground is that there is a way at which you will be so racist towards your fellow human being, and you're just going to end up hurting yourself in the process. You will just end up getting caught up. This is exactly what is happening right now. This is exactly how most of the people who never expected things to turn this way actually feels. You see that most of them are coming out ranting, coming out complaining about how things are turning. They are doing that because they never expected this to be this way. They never expected things to turn this way. They actually expected that it was going to be this way, right? But it shouldn't have anything to do with them. Yeah, this is what they were expecting. They thought that, okay, they knew that things might be very, awkward. It won't actually suit well for some people, but they don't know that in doing so, at the end of the day, it might actually turn back to haunt them. This is why you see most people are crashing out. A lot of MAGA supporters having emotional breakdowns and meltdowns and being so shocked to the fact that, like, just like the last video I stitched yesterday, this lady was like, okay, that she's so disappointed to the fact that she voted for Orange Man, that she knew that things are going to get worse, but she never knew that it will affect someone like her. This was what she said. I think she got, relief of her duties. And some other woman who was actually sacked from her teaching work. All of these people happens to be pan-colored women. They expected that things might turn rough, but they never knew that it might actually get this worse and ending up affecting them one way or the other. But for you to reason that way actually shows the kind of person you are. How do you expect an economy, or you know, to run without it's getting you affected? Like maybe probably they thought there is something that could have been done in order not to get a particular people affected. Why other people that is meant for them to get affected, in this whole scenario, everything still bent down in realities. It's not all about the reduction of grocery prices or economic growth and all of that. It's all about, you know, segregation. It's all about treating some particular set of people rightly, while other ones can just wallow and nobody cares about it. But things has turned, and it's as if everyone is actually dancing to the rhythm of the music, and that is why majority of them are just out here crashing it. Like this present administration, just it's not even up to 2 months. Okay, more than 2 months, not up to 3 months. They have recorded the highest people has been removed from their duties. Like people have been sacked from their job. Like this man does not really care about anyone. And just like the way at which the first sister stitched her video talking about the segregation and how he was about 18 years to 19 to 20 years during the time when everybody voted that, black people should be separated from, or people of color should be separated from, how they do the segregation of a thing. I think it has never been his wish for a long time to get something like that in place. This is why the I was, removed and all of that. It has always been something that I witnessed when I was growing up, maybe my teenage time. I just want to see it again in my own time. So it shouldn't be something that is so surprising to everyone. Why is the DI being removed and what have you? This is actually what I think has been there. And when you are a narcissist and you just want to, if you feel something, you will go to any length. Anyway, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We're just here for educational and informative purposes. So guys, if you've not subscribed to this channel, do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button, like, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one. In the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. So if you've not subscribed to this channel, do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button, like, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.